Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego and I'm back with some more boxing. Bomb Squad! Make sure you smash the like button and also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest of boxing. Now, Deontay Wilder is at it again. Yet again, he has called out Anthony Joshua, who obviously came off a tough fight. I made a video about it yesterday. Eddie Hearn said he doesn't expect him back till October, November of this year. And he's basically saying, fight me next. TMZ Sports caught up with Deontay Wilder. The link is in the description. It's a video. And he's talking about how he wants to have a mega unification. He says, fight me next. He's also looking at Joseph Parker. He wants Anthony Joshua this year, or at least around this time next year. And he said, they asked him, what are you doing? Would you go for a knockout? He says, my record's 38 and 37 knockouts. So yeah, I'm looking to knock him the fuck out. That's basically what he said. And he wants to fight. And that's what it is. And it's so funny to me. Boxing fans are so fickle. It's like certain guys like Danny Garcia, Deontay Wilder, they have this target on their back. Like, and it gets to the point, like, constructive criticism is fine, but hate is something different. You know what I mean? You can instantly tell when it's constructive criticism versus like hate. I don't know why Wilder is hated so much. Like, for example, people say bum squad, he ain't fought nobody, he's cherry picking, yet he was going to go to Russia and he had already agreed. There was no disputes. That would have been a formidable opponent in Alexander Povetkin in Russia, giving him the hometown advantage. And we know in certain places, Russia, Texas, the UK, trying to get fair judging as the visitor is not always the easiest thing. Deontay Wilder, through no fault of his own, had that fight canceled because Alexander Povetkin was on meldonium, which happens to be a banned substance. He was able to, since they couldn't pinpoint, and it was a recently banned drug, since they weren't able to pinpoint when he ingested it or when's the last time he took it, he kind of got off the hook. But a couple months later, he was supposed to fight Stavern in an eliminator to have the winner face Deontay Wilder. They just put up that little obstacle like, hey, you failed the drug test, fine, now you got to fight Deontay Wilder. You have to fight his old opponent, Stavern, and then the winner will now be the #1 mandatory. So they put up that little obstacle course, and guess what? Alexander Povetkin yet again failed another drug test. You can't blame Wilder for that, right? Obviously there's something crooked, there's something fishy if he's failing 2 drug tests in a year for 2 different drugs, meldonium and ostarine, right? So it's laughable to see some of the criticism that Deontay Wilder gets. Now, if you want to critique his style as like a boxing aficionado and say, oh, he's kind of wild, or Joshua will catch him with the check hook, or, you know what I mean, out jab, fine, that's cool, break down the fight. But all this bum squad and he ain't fought nobody, it's just all the same recycled information, because he was trying to fight somebody, a gold medalist, somebody in Alexander Povetkin. But guess what? He can't pass drug tests ever since he's been doing this VADA testing with the WBC clean program. So there was your person, right? Since Stavern, Alexander Povetkin would have been a great name, and Wilder was willing to do it in Russia. See, when I look at boxing, when I judge boxing, I'm objective. I look at the full spectrum. I don't just go off of what people tell me. I know the sport. I watch the sport, and I can make my own and arrive at my own conclusions. And my thing is this. I keep saying it. Wilder and Joshua are in the same division. Not only that, they're in the same sport. Like, this is not an instance where, let's say, Deontay Wilder, he's calling out Andre Agassi, a tennis player, or he's calling out Elton John, like a candle in the wind, right? He's not calling someone out that's not even in his genre for a fight, right? So, that being said, since they're in the same division, since Eddie Hearn has a working relationship with Al Heyman, Joshua fought previous Al Heyman fighters like Dominic Brazil and also against Charles Martin, both Al Heyman advised, then this should not be a hard fight to make, right? Again, they're in the same weight class, they're in the same sport. He's not calling out somebody who has nothing to do with boxing, right? He's not calling out like a singer, like, hey, you know, Jason Derulo, you got it next. Like, he's not doing that. He's calling out a boxer. So to me, the easiest way is these guys can hash it out, see who's the best. And it's up to Eddie Hearn, Matchroom, and Anthony Joshua to accept the challenge and or call Deontay Wilder's bluff. If you say Deontay Wilder hasn't fought no one, Joshua, he just had that coming of age fight with Vladimir Klitschko. He has 2 belts. He's a champion. He battled adversity. So I want to see it. There's nothing you can say. It's a great fight. It's a great fight. Joshua questions in 19 fights he's already fought a Klitschko. Right? It worked out for him. They made a lot of money together. And now let's see the fight. So to me, a lot of people keep pointing the finger still at Joshua, or excuse me, at Wilder, but you got to look at Joshua. He's been getting called out by Wilder for a while now, a quick minute. And I got the videos on the channel to prove it. Just type in Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, and Boxing Ego, and you'll see all the videos come up. So me, I like both fighters. I like Joshua a lot, and I like Wilder. So I just want to see it as a fan. It's a heavy. Oh, speaking of Anthony Joshua, he's looking like a wrecking ball. He just destroyed Kevin Johnson. Rumor is Dillian White is an option. Is that something you guys are looking at? They have the amateur grudge?
Yeah, we were trying to make the Dillian White fight for September, but Dillian's got a small injury to his hand, and his trainer got hit in a hit and run. So he's got some things going on. We're now looking at November, December for that fight. Anthony Joshua, you're going to know a lot about him over here in the States soon. In my opinion, he's the most exciting heavyweight prospect, you know, in over a decade. He's 13 fights, 13 KOs, just KO'd Kevin Johnson for the first time in the second round, destroyed him, and now he needs to step up. I like fights like Marius Wack. I like fights like, even Brian Jennings. I'll take that fight in a heartbeat for Anthony Joshua next. Tony Thompson, Steve Cunningham, he's ready for those guys now. He's ranked number 2 in the WBC, which is quite generous, but they see the potential, obviously. He's ranked top 15 in all the governing bodies, I think 6 in the WBO, and he's going to be the future heavyweight champion of the world. Many say he beats Deontay Wilder now. I think they're right, but it's not the right time. He's still learning, but probably Wilder's got one voluntary and then a mandatory against Povetkin. If he gets through that, it won't be long till Anthony Joshua is the next mandatory for Deontay Wilder, and by then it's going to be a great fight. But I like Deontay Wilder. I think he's great for boxing. I think he's a very talented heavyweight. All right. A lot of people are saying Anthony Joshua could beat Wilder now, and they might be right, but it's not the right time. I give Wilder a lot of credit. He's a great fighter, but in time, Deontay Wilder against Anthony Joshua could be huge.